Hey, fellow theme park fans, Anglinteen, the homegrown tourist here, and I love making this list. Gail and I, or in this case, I met up with Professor Pixel, Tim Lim. We had a great time out at the parks. I love going out there to eat, and unfortunately, of course, this was an abbreviated year thanks to the lockdowns and everything. But everything that we've tried this year that I remembered to record, because there is that, I'm not great at this job, we've put here, and me and my wife have ranked from worst to best. Now, it's not one big list. We broke it up from apps, desserts, and then finally the dinners, the main courses. So, with all that aside, kick back, relax, let's get this party started. Okay, we're going to start off with apps and sides, appetizers, or if they brought in some corn or some green beans, something like that along with it. It is here. We're reviewing and ranking everything, I'm telling you. And there were 16 of them, so let's get started. At number 16 is the salad I got, not Gail, but the one that I got at the Liberty Tree Tavern. It was a mayonnaise flavored ranch cover that actually destroyed the freshness and the flavor of the vegetables themselves. It would have been better off just to have a regular vinaigrette. Guys, keep that aside. I know you've got packages all over the parks. Not a great year for salads, I guess. This is from the beer garden. Now, those tomatoes right there, that was awesome, but everything else was either filled with onions I couldn't have, or it was really mayonnaise flavored. The eggs were okay, but ultimately, there is nothing in the salad market at Beer Garden that is worth it, in my opinion. And while I'm picking on the Beer Garden at number 14, let's talk about their sides. The green beans were flavorless, as well as the potatoes. There was a gravy for the spatzel, and by George, you're going to need it, because otherwise, it's like it's eating rubber. It's not very flavorful at all. I like the Beer Garden restaurant, but I think they need to step it up in the app department. Sides in this case. At number 13, I've got to go with the raw oysters, just because this is a very quick, at $3.50. It's a very quick experience. It's not bad, but that's ultimately all I could say about it. The hot sauce, I remember. I also remember getting sick because I thought I'd be funny by just drinking that sauce, and then I was like, oh, there were onions in that. And as Professor Pixel said, it was like watching my health bar drain out. Overall, not bad, just not very memorable. At number 12, we have the Liberty Tree mac and cheese. This is the first argument between me and Gail, because to me, I was like, it was mac and cheese. But she's like, no, it was good mac and cheese. And I'm like, yeah, but it's still mac and cheese. So it ended up at 12. And it's not bad at all. I'm not saying that. As a matter of fact, everything from here on in is definitely good. It's mac and cheese. Okay, maybe it's an American thing, because at number 11, I've got the Liberty Tree Tavern sides, which was basically potatoes and green beans, and oh my gosh, they actually flavored the green beans. I love fresh green beans. I love good and well put together mashed potatoes, and these were them. I absolutely recommend these so much. Even if you're vegan, the mashed potatoes were pretty good here at the Liberty Tree Tavern. Starting the 10 countdown, at number 10, we have the calamari at Yak and Yeti. The sauces are excellent. There's a little bit of spice, but not too much. The calamari's fresh. It's not too greasy. Problem is there's more fried vegetables in there than there is calamari. Now, if you're going to do that, by all means, advertise it that way. For the price, which I believe was $18, you expect a little bit of calamari in your calamari. During the food festival / flower and garden festival of arts mix-up that they had at the citrus booth, they had this lobster tail, which I really wanted to try because it was that orange glaze on top. It was delish, but at $8 there just was not enough of it. So I enjoy it. It's at number 9, but it has to be at number 9 just because it's not a great value. Coming in at number 8 is the beer cheese soup from Canada. Still good. It's just, look at that. That's how it came. They're not even filling the cup, and that makes it less of a value. As a matter of fact, this wasn't as good as it was in past years. Gail thinks I'm crazy, and she thought it was awesome. So take that how you will. To me, it was good, just not as great as I remember. However, also, and coming in, I believe, 10, 9, 8, 7, at number 7, we have the apple orchid cheese plate or the charcuterie here. And this was just some of the best meats and cheeses, crackers. Everything on this is awesome. I love the venison. I love the corned beef. I will get this again in a freaking heartbeat. At number 6 was the calamari at the spice table, which was also fresh. It was spiced, and it was all calamari. Well, it wasn't all calamari. There were some jalapenos in there. But damn it, it tasted good, and it was what we paid for. Unfortunately, once again, I think price is a factor in this as well. Not the best picture, but at number, what are we on? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5? Yeah, the nachos at La Cantina, the outside Mexican restaurant, the fast food joint. These nachos are awesome. And for the price, they fed me and Gail. We were absolutely fine after this, man. If you get a chance to kick back, relax, great environment, right on the water there, and some incredible nachos to boot. At number 4, I was out with Tim Lim and his wife, and she just kind of got a hankering for this corn funnel cake, and Mexican corn funnel cake. And we're like, okay, I'll try it with you. Sure, why not? And we had this. Oh my gosh, this is just a flavor explosion. It really is. It's so freaking good. I want to go back, and I'm hoping when I take Gail, it will be there because we will be trying this again. And speaking of corn, as much as I do not like the price, it's $16 for basically what you're getting is 1.5 pieces of corn. But if I just go by flavor, it is so freaking amazing. This could have been number 1 had it been priced at around $10. But as it is, I loved it, every bit of it. I scraped the cheese off the plate after we were done with the corn. It was flavored very well. I struggled over number 2 and 1. I really did. This burnt-in chili with those pork rinds to use as dipping. Oh my Lord in heaven! It was so very good, so very, very, very good. I absolutely crave this now. I want to go back just because I think of this burnt-in chili. But overall, I had a decision to make. What is number 2? What is number 1? This had to be number 2. Because Professor Pixel and I went to the boathouse and we had our number 1 appetizer, the butter flavored. This is so good. Lobster bisque at the boathouse was amazing. This haunts me. This absolutely haunts me. I cannot wait to go back to I want to bring my family because we actually got food poisoned by lobster bisque once, and I wanted to teach them what good lobster bisque is. And this is not good, guys. This is freaking great. Alrighty, gang, before we have dinner, we have to have desserts. So let's check these out. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. I forgot to include this in the list in the first recording, so it's not really part of the countdown. Let me tell you, this is a matcha vegan pudding that was at the Festival of the Arts. It starts off looking beautiful. At this point, we already dug into it. This is the worst horse manure tasting, and I mean that literally. I'm not saying it tastes like poop. I'm literally telling you it tastes like horse manure smells. It is absolutely god-awful. Avoid it at all costs. Now, here's the countdown. We only had 10 of these, so we're going to start off at that citrus booth with the orange vanilla milkshake, and I got to tell you, it's very good. But in the end, it was only a orange and vanilla milkshake, and you can get those outside the park. So I had to put it here. Good, but ultimately boring. For flavor, this would be at number 10, but because it was an experience and it was a new experience, I decided to put it at number 9. Every color is a different flavor, unfortunately. Not all the flavors were good. And ultimately, Gail and I both agreed that while we didn't like it in the first place, we're never going to get this again. At number 8, we have to talk about the Hummingbird Cake, which everybody's, oh my gosh, you gotta have the Hummingbird Cake. And this is my birthday cake, by the way. That's why there's a candle in it. And there's just, one, it's dense. Cake should not be dense. 2, it was an unpleasant cake. That's hard to describe cake as unpleasant, but if there ever was one, it would be this. There's just way too much going on. It's too busy. Trust yourself, Chef Fartsmith. We do. At number 7, I'm kind of cheating just to fill out the top 10. I didn't know where to put this. It's my only alcoholic beverage from Disney this year. It's the swine brine from the food festival. It's priced me out. It's like $10 now. So I don't think I'm going to get it again. but I do recommend that everybody should try this once. Yeah, and it's actually sweet. That's why I think it fits right here in desserts. At number 6, we got to go with that mint cookie from Canada at the not the food festival, at the Festival of the Arts. It looks like a little candy cane twirl. It's a shortbread cookie with just a hint of mint. And we were actually thinking if we could only have this with the sipping chocolates that you're going to see coming up in a little bit, it would be the absolute perfect dessert. At number 5, we go to Yak and Yeti. We've got the fried wontons with a really nice glaze on top. You get a little side of ice cream and some fruit. And there's a lot of different flavors going on. You can eat any one of them individually, but together they're just amazing. And also, they're not too sweet. So if you're somebody who avoids a lot of desserts because of the oversweetness, I recommend this. Out at Disney Springs, at number 4, we have the Cherries Jubilee. Let me tell you, the lady was having a hard time with the whipped cream, and I think she overloaded this with whipped cream. But once you scrape away some of that, the cherries and the waffle, everything, it was just absolutely wonderful. I loved this dessert, and this could have fed 3 people easily. This was from the Aristocrapes out at Disney Springs. Coming in at number 3 is also from the Aristocrapes. It's actually a crepe. It's our Santa Claus crepe. And on the inside, there's eggnog, a little chocolate on the bottom, whipped cream on the top. It was warm. It was delicious. I think that the professor made a better choice than I did. Actually, I don't know. They were both very good. Obviously, I think it's a little better. I rank this ahead of it. But if it comes back around next Christmas and you're here, you could do worse than to pick one of these up. Mine and Gail's number 2 dessert is the sipping chocolate from the Festival of the Arts. This is dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate. She drank the dark chocolate. I drank the milk chocolate. Oh my gosh, this is rich as heck. We were actually thinking of next time we're going to get some cookies or something we could dip in it. I absolutely love this. This is not something one person can have and finish. It is so incredibly rich. This is rich. But our number 1 dessert, and this is by order of the wife, it has to be the Yule log from Canada during the Festival of the Holidays and everything. Chocolate, it's got raspberry in the middle. It really was good. The chocolate was a little bit too rich for me, but she absolutely adored it. And in all honesty, when I was looking at everything, I said that has to be number 1 as well. Okay, gang, it's dinner time, so we're going to talk about main courses. Now, I also included from the Food and Wine, from Festival of Arts, anything that could be a main course. You know, like, okay, I could use a whole plate of this kind of stuff. And there were 29 of these items, so buckle up. At number 29, we have absolutely the worst food that I had this year at Disney. It is from the Citrus booth in the food festival. Or was it art? No, it was the art festival, and it was god-awful. That is a hockey puck. Now, the sauce, everything above the chicken is good, but you're buying the chicken. That should be the star of the show. Instead, you wanted it to be pulled off stage. Another battle that Gail won at number 28 is the vegan version of the Liberty Tree Tavern meal. I thought it was okay. It was flavorful. But ultimately, as Gail said on one thing, that there's nothing wrong with this, that milk and cheese and all sorts of good stuff wouldn't settle. At number 27, we have the Polite Pig's sliced pork, which is not dry by any means, but it is ultimately flavorless. And compared to everything around it that you can also get as meals, I gotta say it's really disappointing. And I'm including that muffin and the fries in that as well. I would rather have any of that over this sliced pork. At number 26, we have the Corvina. As a matter of fact, I got to look this up again because I absolutely forgot about it. It's called the Seared Corvina from the Festival of the Arts. Here's the thing. We cleaned the plate, so we remember liking it, but we, in all honesty, cannot tell you how it tasted. So ultimately, we just forgot about it, so I can't rank it any higher. At number 25 is Paradiso 37's Nashville Hot Chicken. And it wasn't Nashville Hot Chicken, it was a Nashville Hot Chicken sandwich. It might as well have been a club sandwich because there was no real spice to it. I guess if you eat too much of it, maybe you'll feel a little bit of burn, but Nashville Hot should smack you in the face. So I was a little bit disappointed. I still liked it. I think it's a good sandwich, but if you're expecting Nashville Hot sandwich, you're not getting it here. At number 24 is another, it could have been better, it was at Rose and Crown. It's the Welsh pub burger. The patty is fine if it's a little bit thin. The fries are amazing. That beer cheese is really good. The bun, however, destroys it all. Get rid of the bun, enjoy the freshness of the vegetables that come with the burger, and have at it. At number 23, it's the shrimp and grits at Chef Art Smith's. Now, I am allergic to onions, so I had to leave off one of the sauces, and ultimately it was bland, and unfortunately the grits were lumpy, and I'm not a fan of lumpy grits. Good stuff, but I think it would be better on your countdown than it is on mine. At number 22, Professor Pixel, when we went to the boathouse, ordered these mahi tacos, fish tacos, which were some of the best fish tacos I've ever had. Mind you, we are talking about food I like, even though it's number 22. I thought there was a nice tang flavor with the sauce on it. There's not so much extras that it buries the meat. The meat is definitely the star of the show. And in all honesty, I would get these again. Coming in at number 21 from the Food and Wine Festival is the Peri Peri Shrimp. I love spicy stuff. I love peri peri. Unfortunately, I couldn't have the stuff on the right because of the onions, but team it with the couscous, and this is a really good meal, or at least, you know, it was food festival stuff. Gonna go to Yak and Yeti in Animal Kingdom for number 20, and that's the honey chicken, and I gotta tell you, it's an elevated version of what you can get at the strip mall, but ultimately, it's what you can get at the strip mall, so that's why it's at number 20 and not higher. Number 19, we go to Disney Springs and the Polite Pig for their brisket. Holy moly, I'll tell you something, man. The meats here, for the most part, do not need any kind of sauce. The brisket is a great example of it. The smoky flavor you get on this meat will carry you home. Alrighty, at number 18 is the Kahlua pork from Likamaka booth at the Festival of the Holidays. You got the sweet potato, the purple sweet potato, the pork. It's got a lot of sweetness to it that's cut by the mango. Oh my Lord in heaven, it was so good. I will go back and get this again someday, I promise. At number 17 at the Canadian booth, again, the Yukon booth as they call it, is the beef bourguignon. I don't know if I said that right, but I love the wine flavor to it. The only problem I had with it is I wanted more of the sauce. Definitely ask for more. You will not regret it. Okay, gonna stop the countdown because I forgot something, and I want to talk about it, and this is where I would put it had I remembered. You see off to the left from this burnt ends chili, you see those sausages? Yeah, get those at the Polite Pig. They are so good. They're cheese sausages. Had I remembered to take a picture of them, they would be right here in the countdown. At number 16, we're going to Paradiso 37 again to have the pineapple Kahlua pork sandwich that Professor Pixel had ordered. Now, I said that the pineapple and the pork were fighting each other for dominance, and that is true. I cannot deny, however, that it is a very good sandwich that I told Gail about, and it looks like we may be going to try again. At number 15, we're going to Chef Art Smith's. On my birthday, my daughter ordered the catfish. She loves catfish, and, you know, she comes by it honestly. We're a catfish-eating family. What can you say? We're Southern. And this was a really good version of it. I liked it. The fish is light. The breading, not so much, but come on. Sometimes you just need Southern fried, man. However, I am more partial to a lighter battered fish, and that's over at the Rose and Crown Pub. And here we've got some excellent fries once again and some excellent fish. Now, here's the problem. You could get the same thing outside the Rose and Crown for about, I don't know, $20 less. Not exactly, but yeah. If you're going to get this, go to the outside restaurant, not the inside. During Festival of the Arts, the American Pavilion had a beef Wellington, which, by the way, this is how it looked when we first got it. And I said, nah, we need more gravy. So I went and I got us some more gravy, and it is amazing. I like this stuff, man. You can tell I like everything on this list except for that crispy chicken, but damn, this was good. What are we on, number 11? Okay, so here's a rule I have. Don't order the chicken. It's the cheapest cut of meat. Seriously. I always say that. However, at the Polite Pig, it is so good. We got the platter, obviously, and that's what I'm going off of here. And we saved this for last. So it wasn't even the hottest thing we had, and it was the best. You do not need sauce for this. If you want, try it, but you do not need sauce for this chicken. It just blew me away. Starting the top 10, at number 10, we have the lamb from the spice table. Now, granted, I was asking for them for something really spicy. There's a lot of spice on this, but I meant hot, and they they gave that to Gail, and she doesn't like spicy food. Still a very flavorful sauce. I love with the that you see in that tin cup there. I like the spice table. I want to go back so much, but yeah, they got some stuff they need to figure out before they open again. At number 9, we have from the Boathouse in Disney Springs. This is the shrimp and andouille mac and cheese, and it was very enjoyable. I remember liking it, and I had extra to take home and everything. I gotta tell you, I didn't think it would survive the countdown this high, because I actually highlighted it for elimination earlier, and it just kept getting pushed up, so it made the top 10. Good stuff. At number 8, there's a little bit of cheating going on here, because I didn't take a picture of each individual thing from the German dinner platter. Now, that is good and bad, because off to the left you have those chicken patties, which would have been worse than that citrus stuff. Everything else is from really good to amazing on that platter. I highly recommend Beer Garden. This is some excellent food. I will eat those sausages every day if you allowed me to. At number 8, we're on number 7, right? Yeah, Gail ordered the fried chicken and donuts from Chef Art Smith's. And now you could say, well, it's fried chicken, it's donuts. But oh my gosh, that fried chicken is so good and so tender, so juicy. And the donuts aren't bad either. Gotta tell you, she made a good choice here. Good stuff. At number 6, we're going back to Epcot to La Hacienda de San Angel, the one on the outside. And this is Gail's order. It was the flank steak, and there's all sorts of meats in there. And it was really good. It really was. Not the best that we ordered that day. That's coming up. But still, if you're ever in that Mexican restaurant, this is pretty good, man. At number 5, Gail didn't care too much for that chicken here. This is from the spice table. It's the kebabs. And that was spicy. It was. She didn't care so much for it, but I loved it. I actually like the kebabs better than the lamb, but either one, it's a good choice. Either one. Coming in at number 4 from the Animal Kingdom Yak and Yeti is the chicken tikka masala. By the way, I don't recommend you eat this on a hot summer day and then walk around the park, but it is so good. It's so flavorful. The curry flavor just pops. I love this stuff. Once again, it's heavy, so be very careful when you eat this. Coming in at number 3 is the Liberty Tree Tavern. This was the platter. You've got all sorts of stuff: the cranberry, the roast beef, the turkey, the stuffing. It is incredible. The gravy that you can pour over it is good. Not much bad to say about Liberty Tree, which could be possibly the best restaurant in Magic Kingdom. And that platter you're looking at right now is the reason why. But at number 2, I've got to go back to the Food and Wine Festival. This just kicked our butts this time. This is the corned beef from the fire grill. I forget what they call it. But it's got beer cheese. It's got cheese curds. You got the potato chips. The corned beef is great. I will say bring a drink because it's got a salty flavor. Oh, my Lord in heaven. It will haunt you. You will want this over and over. But the absolute number 1 main course dinner that we had this year, that I had definitely, is from La Hacienda de San Angel. It's the braised short rib with potato puree. This is something I licked that plate clean. I did not want one drop of sauce going back. Actually, I used a tortilla to wipe all the sauce off. It is so incredible. This haunts my dreams in such a good way. I would marry this if I could. My goodness gracious. I'm not kidding. The flavors on that short rib from the Mexican restaurant, it makes you not want... It's one of those things. It makes you not want to eat anymore for the day, for the week, because you're afraid to lose that flavor of what you got. It was spicy, but not too spicy. It had a... How to describe it? It was... Well, I mean, it's Mexican food. A lot of it tastes kind of the same, but not this. Not this, but oh my Lord in heaven. It was so... I'm saying that a lot today. I don't know why. I don't normally say Lord in heaven. But wow, that's the way to describe some of this stuff. I hold Disney restaurants to a very high standard. Now, a lot of restaurants you can say, well, everybody has a bad day. And that's true, because a lot of them you're dealing with return business. So your local, say, TGI Fridays can screw up once because you've had good, you had bad, you'll give them another chance. But I don't say that for Disney restaurants, because some people save their entire lives to do that one trip to Disney, and they've got to be 100% every freaking time. And if they're not, they've got to be ready to sweep in and make sure that when you leave, you've had a 100% perfect meal. So if your food isn't right, they've got to be able to come in and say, okay, well, how can we do this? How can we change it? That last Mexican, oh my goodness, La Hacienda, that is amazing. I'm so glad we went there. I don't know what we're going to next. We haven't mapped this out, as in, okay, this month we're going to try that restaurant. I guess we should, just to give a little plan. But I am looking forward to everything, and I'm just looking forward to the new space restaurant over at Epcot and everything, the Mission Space Restaurant, and so much more. It was a great year for when we could get out. I wish we could have done more. I wish we had more money to do more. But there are certain things like the food festival. I always say this: it's pricing us out. It's for the rich. They've lost their way, in my opinion. And but what we got here is some really good stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing what 2021 has in store. So anyway, that's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you haven't done it already, and share the channel. Please get this out so we can get to 1,000 subs by the end of this year. Hopefully before that, of course. And I certainly appreciate everybody who's done all of that. Go on over to Patreon. Drop $1 in the till. Go to Ko-Fi. Just say, hey, here's $1. Thanks for making the videos. It's like a tip jar. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the theme park fans, the true believers. Thank you very, very much for watching, and have a zippity-doo-dah day.